Today is a beautiful day, and you should take the most of it. He is saying that this review will only make you cry, and you should change the channel or press subscribe. Your mother Mooma has a nice ass, and everyone just loves her. Will you just shut the fuck up and hire some voice actors? Biomutant. A quick read from Mr. Google. Biomutant is an open-world post-apocalyptic kung fu fable RPG with a unique martial arts-styled combat system allowing you to mix melee, shooting, and mutant ability action. You know when they say unique, it rarely means something good. On most cases, it means exactly the opposite. But I will get into it later on. Biomutant is developed by Swedish developer Experiment 101. Experiment. It's a nice experiment. This game is a nice experiment. But I will come to that as well. Enough with Mr. Google. So in my opinion, this game has a big dream, but sometimes dreams stay a dream. Or on some cases, the dream is to have a dream.
What is your dream?
To have a dream.
An ambitious project that somehow falls flat on its face. With a price tag over 60 euros, I would hope to receive a working product. To be honest, I had fun, a lot of it, but I also had a lot of frustration to go along with that. So let's start with everything that is wrong with Biomutant. One simple thing that really annoys me is exiting the ability menu when you haven't spent any of the points. You can't exit. Not even if you close the game, because PlayStation 5 boots up the game where you left it off. Hence, you still start from the ability point menu. The only way to exit is to quit and load the game from your previous save. That's why I always save my progress before I go into this menu to see how many points I have. I can already hear you thinking about, but why aren't you spending your points? The points are there to be spent. Why aren't you spending the points? Everything works when you have spent 1 point. What? Shut up. I want to spend my points when I want to spend my points, get it? The point is I can't exit the menu when you haven't spent any points. Let's move on, starting with the obvious. Narration. As much as I might enjoy the soothing voice of the narrator.
Him whenever you're feeling down. He'll make you smile. He wonders where you've been. He hopes... He thinks you should really know how to swim by now.
I just hate the constant blabber about nothing. I get it, you know, it was a lot cheaper to make this game that way, but damn, it takes a lot away from this game. A lot away from the feel of this game. It becomes almost impossible not to skip the dialogue scenes. It really does. Every day is another chance to make it all happen. You are a beautiful person. You should look into the mirror. The wind is nice and warm. Don't forget, there is a good day today. Be mindful of scary things. Wear your socks appropriately. Scratch your balls when they itch. See the happiness when there is sadness. Touch yourself when you feel you want to be touched. The nature is green and beautiful. You should enjoy some. Now, speaking about the dialogue, I feel that every NPC in this world talks in circles. Way too much text saying the same damn thing. It's the first time ever when I feel that if I'm playing the game, I'm getting dumber. And you know, it's also narrated like I was about 6 years old. Kids today stay kids very small amount of time. They learn about stuff quicker than we did previously in the age of the internet. You know, they learn so fast, so you don't have to be, you know, babble, do this. You want to spell a car? Yes, C-A-R, ooh, yes. I'm reading the box art. It says 12 and up. 12 and up! You know what? Some kids make kids at 12. And you don't have to gobble. To me, why most of the players who play this game aren't 12, you know? Okay, let's move on. Puzzles, if you can call them that, are made for a herd of giraffes. I think that they would find it more to be a puzzle than me. I can just imagine them gathering all around. I wonder what this thing could be. Is it a puzzle? Should we solve it? Can we? You know what's puzzling to me? Washing machines. Not in real life, I figured them out already. What is it with the washing machines in this game? Really? Tell me anyone who can aid me with this mysterious question. Is your washing machine doing that? Well, no problem, we will patch it later on. No worries, just wait for the patch 21.7505. The second tile, the tile number 2, always is in random position and unturnable. If you Google it, you see people turning the knob just fine. But me? In my 2 weeks of playing, I never had a chance to turn the tile, actually. But there is a workaround. Luckily I found it. As always, you can save your game, quit the game and load the game until the button is in correct position. It might take you about 20 loads, or you can just take damage by quickly wasting your turns until the button loads into a correct position. Yeah, good luck. So now we come to the core of this game. The combat, although it's much more streamlined than Devil May Cry, it will offer some fun. But sadly, it mainly consists of enemies who can always turn around and walk into their spawn pits and refill their health bar.
What is this?
It's exactly like Elder Scrolls Online. What? Why? What is this shit? Well, it's a liquid skunk diarrhea. That's what it is. You spend 5 minutes circling around the enemy and accidentally walk too far. Then the bastard turns around and its health goes back to maximum. But luckily the overall combat is a bit fun. You can unlock and use a lot of different weapons, both melee and guns. You can unlock weapon combos by pressing certain buttons in a row and chain them with the next combo to deal massive damage and prep the enemy for your special attack. You also have mutations that deal, well, somewhat similar to magic damage, but let's talk about the weapons a bit later. So the combat, I think, is a mixture of button smashing and a tiny bit of strategy. Like a small amount, like a fraction of strategy. It mostly involves dodging. Overall, it is decent. There are a lot of enemy types, but all of them have similar movesets. I think there are about 2, maybe 3 different moves that all of the hundreds and hundreds of enemies make in the game, so nothing special in that department. But the map itself is huge in Biomutant, and this is amazing. I really like the overall 3D look and design of it. The art style itself is sweet, but I still haven't found a way to put map markers into places where there isn't any missions available. So the game decides that, oh no, you don't need to go there, because there isn't anything for you to do there. So yeah, the map markers can only be applied to mission locations, which is weird because I can already see the mission icon anyway. If anyone finds a way, and maybe I'm stupid, but just let me know in the comments down below. So on the map you can also see different hazard zones. Those are very small, semi-isolated sections in the open world where a specific armor set needs to be worn. Cold hazard zones require insulated clothes, radioactive zones require radiation suits. You get the point. I will address this subject a bit later. The map is filled with massive amounts of loot, mostly weapons and crafting parts. Some parts are easy to come by, some are annoyingly difficult to obtain. But playing on easier difficulty, you don't need to go all out on your builds, you can just, get on by, no problem. Since the game is riddled with bugs, you can just easily defeat most toughest enemies by simply glitching them, like I did here. Some enemies are just too fat to fit through the doors or aren't willing to cross the line between the rooms. It's easy to take most of them down that way. So choices in the game. Light and dark. So in the beginning you can choose if you embrace the light or the darkness. Are you a good person or a bad person who kills and tortures small animals? The game is deceiving you into thinking that your choice actually matters. Well, it kinda does, because if you choose dark and stay dark, it sounded so wrong, you can lock yourself out of one achievement. But of course, luckily, whatever you choose, you can from there on out choose the opposite path. So your decision in the beginning of the game made no actual sense. Speaking about darkness, I think that this review till now has been quite dark, but actually there are a lot of good things, the light side of Biomutant. You have wide variety of one-handed, two-handed, dual-wield melee weapons that you can both customize and upgrade, from grips to other add-ons to its rarity state. You can also have bows, rifles, dual-wield guns, automatic rifles, shotguns, boomerangs, and even ninja stars, also upgradable and customizable. The customizing part of this game is the best part of Biomutant by far. The detail to every weapon piece, the art style, the impressive mix and match of everything, the combinable system, I just love it. It somewhat also applies to clothing. It really matters in hazardous parts of the map. Sadly, all the required sets have horrible stats. I actually really hate that you constantly need to switch your clothes. If you're passing through or headed to radioactivity zone, you need to change your armor pieces to avoid damage. Well, your jacket and pants seems to be enough to deflect the radioactivity in this game.
Oh no, Chernobyl plant is leaking. Better put on my lead pants and continue swimming in the radiation.
What's actually really funny is calling the lower armor pieces pants. British must be laughing their asses off, as this literally means underpants. Trousers would have been more universal. But in conclusion, Biomutant offers a lot of hours of simple, childish fun with occasional crashes, decent amount of bugs and glitches, massive map with fun ways to travel, both riding on animals who fear no heights nor take damage, which I very much enjoy, swimming around with weird zombie whales, and your trusty upgradable jet ski. Which reminds me that your main protagonist can't swim! He can't stand liquids! The game really screwed the pooch there, that I must say. But traveling around the map can be also done using fast travel or gliding, or even flying, but only in selected parts of the game if you chose the latter. Level up your character and spend your ability, psi, bio and upgrade points, however suits your playstyle. Conquer tribe territories and unlock and collect new animals to ride on. Overall, I do recommend this game, and I do recommend Biomutant. Devs are actively dealing with everything that is wrong, and the game offers a lot of simple fun. I give Biomutant a 7 out of 10, and I hope that you really enjoyed this review. If you did, hit that like, smash that bell, and if you dare, subscribe as well. I'm Lawrence, and thanks for watching. Till next time.
Who knows the gamer?